This is big. We have multiple Calgary Flames updates regarding what they've done in free agency so far, as well as many other updates. Between warm reunions and tough goodbyes, today has hit all of the emotions, and that's what you expect on July 1st. It ain't just Canada Day, happy Canada Day, but it's also free agency frenzy. So let's hop in and talk about free agency here. I do also want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. But yes, while it's a national holiday here in Canada, it is also big in terms of hockey as free agency opens up. And so far, Conroy, I guess, is cooking something up as the biggest signing we have of the day is that Joel Hanley has actually re-signed with the Flames. So Nacho is back, one of the best nicknames in the entire league. Nacho has signed a 2-year extension with an AAV of 1.75 mil. And if dependability had one player next to it in the dictionary, it would be Joel Hanley. Last year, he bounced in and out of the lineup, but really came to his own, got on the score sheet a little bit, played amazingly with MacKenzie Weegar, and was a really solid defensive pairing. So just to have that assurance that we have someone on the left side who can play with Weegs or some of the other guys, maybe even one of the young guys, is obviously very, very good to see. So Nacho being back is absolutely great. Does it take away a roster spot? Some might say that, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's just great to have someone who you can totally depend on. So there you go, Joel Hanley back with the Flames. Now, another signing we have is the only other one of the day, and I gotta be honest, I said, who the heck is this? I genuinely had no idea. But the Flames have signed Nick Cicek. I honestly don't know how to pronounce that. I'm going to say that right now. Cicek? I honestly don't know. To a 1-year, 2-way deal with an AAV of $775K. So, once again, another defenseman. Is he going to take up a roster spot? I honestly see this maybe more as a signing for the Wranglers. We'll just have to see. Maybe if things don't work out with the youngsters, he can bounce in. But that's really the biggest, I guess, exterior signing we have of the day. Maybe there's one I'll show in a little bit later. But so far, it's been pretty quiet on the free agency front in terms of the Flames signing players. We did also sign Clark Bishop to a 1-year, 2-way contract with an AAV of $775K as well. So obviously, I guess almost one of the GOATs of the Wranglers, it seems that way. But definitely more of an AHL guy. Who knows? We might see him at the NHL level, but he is remaining in the organization no matter what. So congratulations to Clark there on getting his next contract. Staying in the pros in the best organization in hockey is fantastic. So yeah, Nacho, we have Cicek, I'm just going to say that for right now, and Clark Bishop have all signed contracts, which is fantastic to see. Now, a little update. So Pat Steinberg on Flames Talk today, which was actually yesterday, said he believes the Flames will look for a left-handed defenseman, which he believes could be Ryan Lindgren, obviously formerly of the Rangers. Well, still with the Wranglers, technically, I guess. He also said that he believes the Flames will accept a late about face from Vladar. And interestingly enough, Vladar has actually signed his next contract, and it's not with the Flames, as Vladar has signed with the Philadelphia Flyers. 2 years at $3.35 mil. So obviously getting a raise, definitely more than I think he would have gotten in Calgary. So, I mean, no hard feelings towards Vladar. Philly really needs a goalie, and Vladar could very well be their starting tendy going into next season. I know they have a few guys between the pipes there, but Vladar might just be the best one. So, in a way, congratulations to Vladar on getting, a bigger contract, maybe getting a starting role. Unfortunately, not here in Calgary. He was such a great backup last year for Dustin Wolf and being able to help Wolf develop for sure. But it is a little sad seeing good old Darth Vladar here on the way out. But I think he'll be a very easy man to cheer for. Playing alongside other former Flames, technically, no, because Menko ain't there. Pelche, apparently they're not re-signing. Hey, that's not bad by my standards. But yes, unfortunately, Vladar no longer a Flame, but we do obviously wish him the best. Another one, a former Flame who will not be with the Flames, is it sounds like unrestricted free agent Anthony Mantha is headed to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Now, this is just at the time of recording. By the time you're watching this or the time this video goes up, who knows? Maybe he has actually signed in Pittsburgh or elsewhere. But it was David Pagnotta who was the one who reported that. Keep an eye on the Penguins and free agent Anthony Mantha. Sounds like they're working on a deal. And that's a pretty good landing spot for him, somewhere who can definitely dish him out an NHL contract, and you never know what kind of resurgence he could have with some of the centers they have on that team, like the veterans in Crosby and Malkin. So, again, good for him. Won't be a Flame, but we kind of saw that one coming a lot more so than we did with Vladar. But, yeah, no longer will see Mantha or Vladar in Flames sweaters. Now, the last signing we did make was this one, which I guess was another kind of expected one. But the Flames have added a goaltender to compete with Devin Cooley for the backup spot. Now, obviously, that Dan Vladar is not with the Flames. And that is Mr. Ivan Prosvetov, who spent last season in the KHL with CSKA Moscow, has been incredible since going back to the KHL. He has had a little bit of NHL experience, didn't overwhelm in any way, but definitely think he wanted to come back to North America. And we've been linked to Prosvetov for honestly a couple months now, ever since our season kind of ended, ever since there was that uncertainty around Vladar. But there you go. He could very well be our backup goalie next season. Obviously, we do have Cooley, who really cooled off in the WHL, in the AHL last year with the Wranglers. So some competition is never a bad thing, and hopefully it makes the goalies obviously play a little bit better. But that's what's going on the free agency front so far on the first day of the free agency frenzy, obviously July 1st. Now, if we get into some other updates, there are a few other things to go over that are a little bit unique. We don't often get updates like this, but the first one kind of goes with free agency, but the Flames have extended qualifying offers to a bunch of restricted free agents, so a bunch of our RFAs. But the Flames have extended qualifying offers to Morgan Frost, Rory Cairns, Yan Kuznetsov, Sam Morton, Jeremy Poirier, and Connor Zary. Now, some of those guys, obviously more at the NHL level, you would think, guys like Frost and Zary, of course. We saw a little bit of Morton at the very end of last year. We saw a bit of Cairns last year as well. He was so good with the Wranglers. And then obviously Kuznetsov and Poirier, guys who might be NHLers one day. I almost kind of doubt it, especially in our organization. But still, who knows how many of these guys will sign. Obviously, I'll give you an update if we do have one. But these qualifying offers were obviously extended before July 1st. So I think at the end of yesterday, they were dished out to some of these guys. And I know a lot of people want to see some of these guys back for sure, especially Connor Zary. Very interested to see what his next contract will look like. Next update, an even more interesting one, is that Brent Seabrook, of all people, has been added to the player development staff. I did not see this coming. In no way am I complaining. I find it kind of strange. I mean, I thought Brent Seabrook, he's made his mills. Why is he still working? Maybe he just wants to still be involved in hockey. I think he's from BC, so obviously not too far from Calgary, but great to have someone with so much experience. Obviously, I believe 3 Stanley Cups under his belt, so I really hope he can help, especially some of those young defensemen, blossom into some fantastic players. Maybe be as good as Brent one day, or maybe better. We'll just have to see. But that was a very interesting addition to the Flames coaching staff there. Now, the last thing is that the preseason schedule has come out as well, which is always exciting. It's always, the same teams you see, but as you can see there are a few home games. There's one against Edmonton, there's one against Seattle, and then Vancouver and Winnipeg at the end there in very, very early October. A few away games over in Vancouver, Winnipeg, and Seattle as well. So I know a lot of people, they love going to the preseason games. They're very cheap, and you get to see some guys who you don't always get to see who are trying to make the team. Remember last year how exciting it was to watch Sammy Honzek in the preseason. I know that didn't translate to the NHL level, but still, you never know who might dazzle. It might be exciting to watch some guys play in the preseason. You never know who could make the team out of camp, so it is exciting. If you're looking ahead to buy tickets, there you go. There's the schedule right there. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel. It comes from yesterday's video, of course, about Rasmus Andersson rumors, and a lot of people are not happy with Rasmus Andersson with how this situation is going. It honestly is getting a little bit ugly, I can't lie. But Steve here said, "Where is the heart for a team that developed and groomed him into the great D-man he is? All the fans that have his sweater and love to see him play. In return, he's going to hold the team hostage. With what he's going to cash in on shortly, he should learn to have some class." And yes, it's not the best way for Andersson to go about this. Is it valid? In a way it is. You are playing for a contract. At the end of the day, hockey is a business. but it is true. You could help out the team a little bit more. The fact that he vetoed a trade where apparently we had a huge return coming from LA stings a lot. I'm not going to lie. And it does make people see Raz very, very differently. But hopefully, the outcome of the whole Rasmus Andersson saga will be beneficial for both the player and the team. But, fingers crossed it does actually happen. Will it for sure? No. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.